Welcome back. Now, medical aid schemes are set to hike premiums once again this after giving consumers a break during COVID-19. Most schemes deferred their 2022 increases due to a reduction in claims. So let's find out now what we can expect for next year from personal finance columnist Maya Fischer-French joining us this morning. Maya, thank you for your time. So what increases can scheme members expect, and when will these increases actually come through?
So the schemes always announce their increases around October every year, which gives you as a member time to decide if you want to stay on that plan or change the plan. So it's a really good time to review your medical scheme and have a look at your various options. One of the concerns that they had, of course, was that many of the medical scheme commentators were concerned about is that the schemes all did defer their increases. So you'll remember, instead of having it in January 2021 or 2022, a lot of schemes pushed out. And in fact, Discovery only did their increase now in October 2022. So the concern was that in January, they'll all bring their increases again, and you've actually almost had this double whammy. You've had an increase in October and another one in January. So again, the schemes many of the schemes who were already on that sort of delayed premium increase have announced that they'll be delaying them again. So schemes like Discovery, Momentum, I think MedShield, Fed Health are all going to be increasing later in the year as opposed to in January. I think what we're seeing, though, is that all these increases are going to be back to kind of the normalized increases that we see. So generally speaking, medical scheme increases run at about 3% to 4 percentage points above inflation. And those are kind of the numbers we're seeing coming out at around sort of 8% for many of the schemes. Some are coming in a little bit lower, but some are coming in a little bit higher. So there's kind of lower, because during COVID, we saw much lower increases of around 4%. So yes, it's coming, the increases are coming, and we're going to have to be building that into our budgets. Like everything else, it feels like, I just feel like I keep saying, higher prices, everyone, higher prices. You know, that's what's coming through.
We have to brace ourselves. So what are your options then if you cannot afford a medical scheme?
And this is a very real question, and we won't get into the whole debate about why we're still not seeing low-cost medical schemes coming through. There's a whole lot of regulatory issues around that. There's been a lot of work by the medical schemes to introduce what they call low-cost medical benefits, but the Council of Medical Schemes hasn't approved these. But that's a big political issue, or I don't know what we want to call that, but we're all waiting for that. But at the moment, you know, the bottom line is that, you know, if you want to take a basic hospital plan, you're looking at probably 1,300, 1,500 Rand a month. So if you're a family, you know, maybe you're a single parent with a child, you're probably looking at, you know, close to 3,000 Rand for a basic hospital plan. Now, that may become unaffordable for some people. You know, you need to be earning about 20,000 Rand a month for that to be something that you could absorb into your salary. So what we've seen, I mean, first of all, I would say a basic hospital plan is essential. And if you can afford it, I would cut a lot of other things before I'd cut my medical cover, because those basic hospital plans, you get something happens to you and you need to be hospitalized, you want to know that your bill's paid. And they also come with a whole lot of other benefits, you know, chronic illnesses. There's a whole lot of other things that they cover as well. But what we've seen a big rise in for people who cannot afford it is medical insurance. And medical insurance, you know, they're coming in at about a premium of around 500 Rand a month. And this covers more your day-to-day stuff. This is your hospital visits. Maybe it covers some x-rays, some blood tests. And it does, many of them do include, and this is an important thing, if you are looking at medical insurance, make sure it includes hospitalization for accidents, because some of them do include that. And that's, again, your really big spend if something happens to you. But, you know, you've got to know that you're spending the 500-600 Rand a month. You're not getting the kind of cover that you would from a medical scheme, that if something really terrible happened and you had to be hospitalized with a major bill, that it would be covered. But it is filling in the gap. It's filling in that space that right now so many South Africans can't fill. But I think if you are looking at medical insurance, make sure you know what you're getting, what it covers, and make sure that there is some kind of trauma cover in there as well.
Yeah, and I'm glad you actually mentioned this, Maya, because I was about to ask you, with so many brands and products out there, so many options to choose from, it can be quite intimidating or even a bit confusing as to which sort of cover may suit you and your needs. But like you're saying, just make sure that you do have the basic hospital cover. That's absolutely important, because you just never know. You just never know.
And work with a broker. You know, a lot of the medical brokers have looked at this and have analyzed these plans and can probably give you some good advice there as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Personal finance columnist Maya Fischer-French, thank you so much for talking to us.